Right here is my skin colours. Hello everyone and welcome back to another YouTube video. I hope you're good, I hope you're well. Honestly, I'm so excited to have you guys here today and I'm so grateful that you've come back. You guys honestly keep me going and I will never ever be able to express how grateful I am for you. If you're here, please go and subscribe and join my beautiful, perfect, amazing family. This is actually me from the end of the video. I just started editing and I realised there is a clip missing. I might have accidentally deleted it. A very small clip, so it's just me giving you a little introduction as to what I'm about to do, and I missed a small part of makeup which I'm just going to talk you through now. This week's video is dedicated to pale skin friendly makeup. Now I've been doing loads of these videos on TikTok, but I realised I actually haven't done one on YouTube, and that is the most important place because you guys keep me going and you guys are just my favourite people in the whole world. So why haven't I? So many makeup artists and content creators out there that have lots of different skin colours, but I don't think they're always ones that cater for pale skin and talk through pale skin makeup. So this is what I want to do, because I genuinely believe that if I had someone talking me through pale girl makeup when I first started makeup, my journey would have been so much easier because it was a rough ride. So to start off this makeup, we started with the amazing brown vitamin enriched face base dupe. Now this is from Aldi, and I wore it the other day. No, I wore it yesterday, and I thought there's no way that it's actually gonna last like with my makeup, and it actually did, and I was shocked to my core. It smells very similar to the actual Bobbi Brown one, but it is like a fraction of the price. So if you do see an Aldi, please get a few, send me one as well, because this is incredible. It's like a perfect dupe, and look at them together. It's crazy, isn't it? How have Aldi got away with this? That was naughty, but I'm here for it. Following applying the primer, I went in to talk to you about applying concealer before any of the base products. And the reason why I always apply concealer before I go in with any base products is it adds coverage, it colour corrects. If you're going to go in with a lighter base, then if you lay the groundwork with concealer, you can do so much less in the latter part of your makeup routine because you've already applied that coverage. Now my two favourite ones at the moment for colour correcting and spot correcting are the Collection Stretch Concealer, and this is the shade Porcelain number 2. Now this is slightly a little bit warmer than the other ones. I believe there's a shade number 1, so if you are paler than me then go for shade number 1, but I absolutely love this, and although it's a little bit warmer it does blend out really well. Then my other alternative is the Beauty Pop Vitamin Babe Concealer. Now I absolutely love this concealer. Please do not sleep on Beauty Crop. You can actually get them from Superdrug and their actual website as well, which I'll link down below, and this is the shade 5C. Now this is beautiful and pale, and it just kind of blends out so well, but provides such a good amount of coverage. For this particular tutorial I just went in and spot corrected using this one because I haven't used it in any of my tutorials yet, and I can't recommend it enough. It's such good coverage, but whilst being super pale. Like look at that, it's just my skin colour, bang on. To apply that concealer, I used a brush to really blend it in. I recommend using a concealer brush to apply your concealer and press the concealer in rather than rub it. That's just going to help build up the coverage and make it super flawless, and then you can go on top of it after with your beauty sponge. Now I've just told you what I've done before the next clip. Now we're going to go into the tutorial. I'm so sorry I've had to add this bit in, but apparently my camera said no. So yeah, let's get into the tutorial now, and I hope you enjoy it. That's all blended. I would usually take my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter, but I've actually been loving the filter finish by Collection, and I think it's an amazing dupe. Obviously Charlotte is my heart, but for the price this is amazing and so similar. Like the applicator's the same, the colour is the same. The iconic Radiance Booster, which I've misplaced, I cannot find her for the life of me, but she is a lot paler than this one. So if you want a paler version with also similar properties, then I would try iconic Radiance Booster. And then I just go in with my Morally foundation brush, which has just recently been washed, so she should be thriving. And once again, as with the concealer, we are pressing pressing that product in to really maximise, one, how far it goes, and two, the coverage that product brings. Now we've done that, I'm going to take the same Real Techniques brush and just press over that, and this is just going to really lock that in, and any little fine hairs or anything you have, it's just going to make it look really smooth and really melt that into the skin. Now for foundation, we're going to go in with my absolute favourite foundation at the moment, and that is the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. This is in the shade Oslo, which I believe is always sold out, which is very disappointing because I do not want her to finish. Not that we're going to. Yes, she looks a bit trash, and I think this is the only criticism with the Nars foundations. I always find them looking like this, like, however much I clean her up, she always looks rough, like she looks like she's had a bad day. I don't know if I'm the only one who experiences that, but I just find it really messy. Like I said, this is the shade Oslo. It's super fair, and it is perfect for pale skin. This is the lightest one that they do. It is super water based, so it will start to run down your hand the minute you have it on there, but that's what's making it so beautiful, is that it's so sheer but also such good coverage. Start by applying it with our foundation brush, and look at that pale girl that we are applying onto our face. Like I said, it's more of a light coverage foundation, but you can build on it. I have built on it before, but it just looks beautiful. Like, just gives the skin such a nice radiance. Then we're going to go in with our Marshmallow Sponge by Coco Cosmetics by Chloe. I don't know what happened, I don't know if I told you, but I put her in the wash and now she's grey. And I have just spritzed that with my Beauty Cop setting mist, which was the Wee Cherie one. At this point you can add some more concealer on if you want a little bit more coverage on those red areas, and I would recommend, if you have, then just let it sit like I said earlier, because it is just going to help build up that coverage. Now that's all nice and blended, and it's, as you can see, it's a very good colour match, so I definitely recommend trying this foundation if you can get your hands on it. If I find the link, I'm gonna link it down below. I got mine from Space NK when it first came out, so I've had it a while, but it has lasted amazing. So yes, it is more expensive, but it is so worth it. Now for contours, I'm gonna take my fave. It's the Fenty Cheeks Out Cream Bronzer. I am obsessed. I have been for the longest time. I've got two shades here. We've got the shade Butter Biscuit, which is just slightly warmer, and then Amber, which is the cool toned contour. Because it's summer, we're going to go for Butter Biscuit today, but if you're super pale like I am, or paler, then I recommend trying Amber first to contour, and then you can add the warmth in with like a warmer bronzer after. I'm going to start by applying this as I would do with my normal contour. I'm just applying it on the tops of my cheeks. I always do that with my contour because this is going to really lift and shape your face. And then I just go down the side of my nose. Sorry, I'm using the viewfinder. A little bit around the nose there, and then some dots on the forehead. Now, being pale, you have to be super careful about over contouring, and although this looks like a lot, it's really not that much product. So I would recommend, if you're new to contouring and you are super pale, take it slow. Just apply half of this product and then you can build on it. There's no pressure. And another little tip is just dip your brush into the pan itself, and it just helps diffuse the product a little bit better. So if you just apply a little bit and you want to build on it, then try your brush directly in the pan and then build it onto your face. Now before we blend it, I'm going to do a little tip that I've been loving, and that's spraying the Vitabase setting mist. Help that contour blend in like a dream. Blending, we're going to take my iconic London brush. This is the 03 brush, which is actually my favourite brush. Like, every time I use it to blend in contour, I'm like, this just makes me so happy because it just blends it like absolute dream. And because it's slightly angled, you can really press that contour in. As you can see, there's a big difference with how that has shaped my face already, but it's not too much. You have to be really careful with going for orangey contours because your skin is so fair. It's going to show up a lot more. Just buff that into my hairline as well because we've got a sleek little bun today, and you can see how much has helped my skin, but without it being too intense. And then at this point, if you do want to add some more, like I said, you can just tap straight into the pan, remove the excess with your hand and just press onto that skin. And I always like to work into the outer parts of my eye as well, just to tie everything together, and that is just going to help shape your face and just make it look lifted and healthy. Now that's all blended, we're going to take one of my favourite blushes at the moment, and that is the Revolution Blush Balm. This is a shade Dolly Rose, and it is stunning on pale skin because it's super light and pinky, and I am just obsessed with it. I think it's gorgeous. If you're nervous with blush, then I'd recommend doing it the same way as what I said about the contour. Apply it onto your hands first and then buff it into your skin. Just allow yourself to have a little bit more control. I love blush, so I just apply it directly onto my face just to get the full effect. And I always take my blush really high underneath my eyes, and that's just going to help with the colour correcting. When it comes to the nose, I just start by blending it with my finger, and this is just going to give that sun-kissed burnt appearance. Now for under eyes, I've got a new favourite, and that is the Dior Backstage concealer, and then also Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Cloud, and this is super pale, and I'm just going to apply a little bit underneath my eyes. And I love this concealer because it's got a little brush and it also smells delightful. And then we're going to add that cloud just in the tops of that concealer to really brighten. But like I said, if you're pale, then just wear it up on its own. And we're going to just start by blending it in with our fingers. Also just take a beauty blender, the same beauty blender, and just go over it. I'm going to just add a little bit more of that Dolly Rose blush, and this is just going to help just kind of blend out that concealer a little bit and just give our face a little bit more warmth. Right, now I'm going to just jump off and do my eyes on TikTok because I've got a little request for an eye look, and then I will be back. Right, we have finished the eye look. I am obsessed with this little natural glam we've got going on. With the powder, I'm going to be taking the Huda Beauty loose setting powder in the shade Sugar Cookie. This is a white translucent powder, so if you are very pale, I always recommend going for a translucent powder because you can't go wrong. This is my shade, do you know what I mean? This right here is my skin colour. Just going to go in with a powder puff and start to press that in. Look at that! Look at that! Add a little bit of brightness. I take the top half of my Jordana Ticia Set and Brighten powder. This is the shade Marshmallow. It's a little bit pinky. It works really good for my skin colour. Take that on a really small brush and just start to press that on the inner parts of my eye. And to add a little bit of warmth to my face, I'm going to take my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is the shade Light. It smells incredible for one, and also it's just a perfect kind of warmth for my skin without being too orangey. And just take that on a big brush and then just pat that, and I'm just dragging that into the eyeshadow as well. Then for blush, I'm going to take this gorgeous pinky blush by MAC. This is the Friends Don't Lie blush, and it is stunning. I just run my brush over that and just pop that exactly where I put that cream blush. And now we've added that gorgeous blush, I'm just going to go ahead and set my face. Now for highlighters, you have to be really careful about going for too goldy highlighters. So I've got a few of the faves here. The Beauty Crop ones are amazing. This is slightly more pinky, so if you are more pale than I am, this is the shade Peachin. This other one is a champagne-y one. This is the shade Air Pressure, which is also beautiful on pale skin. I love my iconic one. It is a classic. This is the original shade, not the gold one. Oh, we've got the Strobe Cream by MAC, which is more sheer. I included that one in there because it's just a little bit more sheer. Today I'm going to show you the Beauty Crop Peachin one on my face, just because it's a little bit more pale girl friendly. Take that on a beauty blender and just press that on the tops of my cheeks. And there you have it. There's a full face of pale friendly makeup products. I hope you loved it as much as I do, and I hope you found that useful. As I said before, if you want me to do more of an affordable one, please comment down below. Or if you want more of a high-end one, comment down below. I hope you like that, and I hope you found it helpful. I love you all so much, and I can't thank you enough for your continuous support. And I love you, love you, love you, love you, and go have the best Wednesday ever. So please remember to wear your SPF, especially if you're pale. You're welcome.